This episode is brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration, a proud supporter of the Inside Running podcast. It keeps us fueled on our long runs and races. Are you training for your next big race and still guessing your nutrition? Inside Running Podcast listeners, 2026, this is the year you stop winging it. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer. Their free online planner helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Visit precisionhydration.com, and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code IRP2026. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 451 of the Inside Running Podcast. A massive thank you for joining us for another week. This week's show is loaded. Croaks has been busy skimming this agenda now. We've got the Commonwealth Games team that was announced today, so we'll get into that. Ostrava, there was a big meet over there. Hengelo, Doha Diamond League, New South Wales Cross Country, Parramatta Half Marathon, London Marathon, some big news out of there. Got some talking points in my Whispers segment. Moose on the Loose has two things written down here, Croaks. Listen to a question, preview a few things that are coming up as well. Welcome to my co-host. He's down in Anglesea. Julian Spence has a marathon personal best of 2:14. Going to guess the seconds, 28. How are you
42.
this week, Moose? Ooh, not a bad guess. 14 off.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. Same old. Nothing new, really. Nothing new except for my outfit. Which you boys got a good look at today.
Man, he looked hot, didn't he, Croaks? I haven't seen anyone look this hot since I saw you doing the fashions in the field stuff back in 2021, where that bloke rolled you at the national champs. But what was that guy's name again? Shamlot or something like that?
I can't remember. I don't remember.
How do you remember that?
I was sending him death threats for a couple of months afterwards after he took down Croaks. But I'd definitely say with an like SH kind of sound. Shamlot, something like that. Anyway, he looked good. He looked real good. Those things are going to sell like hotcakes, and we're referring to the, what is it? The Nike top that has holes in it, the Kipchoge wore.
Oh, but that's what I thought it was. I was looking at Kipchoge thinking, this is ridiculous. This is a shirt with holes in it. And then I get in there today and Toby looks at me and goes, this is really weird. Like I put it on and and I get really cold straight away. And I said, oh, righto. Like Toby's one to believe things, you know, like he takes all the supplements and he'll buy into the latest hype. And I thought, yeah, okay, right. Toby's just sucked into this again. And then I put it on and I'm like, why do I feel like there's a draft in here and we're in a warehouse and there's no wind at all? I feel like there's a draft on me. It's actually unbelievable. It was blowing my mind. I've never experienced something like that before. I don't know whether I'll wear it. It's going to take a big jump for me to wear it, but it seems to work pretty well.
So a question for you, Moose. The only person I've ever seen wear it is Kipchoge.
Yeah,
what's the fastest?
Western states wear it, don't they?
Yeah, mate. All the trail dudes wear it.
Come on, Croaks.
Well,
Croaks,
I'm
mate.
just saying, when it first came out, what's the fastest Kipchoge's ever run in it?
I don't know. Fuck,
He ran pretty well in it, didn't he? Like 2:12 or something?
He ran New York.
Yeah, exactly. 2:12. Imagine if he was wearing this when he ran sub 2.
Yeah, no, but this is for heat. So this is what, like, he was wearing it for promotional purposes, but on a hot day, this is what it's for. It's like for cooling purposes. So you're not going to wear it when it's 12 degrees. You don't need that.
You got many of them to sell?
Pretty much sold out Torquay already.
Just off those videos today.
Got a few more left in Geelong, few in Torquay. But yeah, I probably didn't order enough.
What do they retail for?
Long sleeves 200. They also come in a short sleeve and a singlet too.
I thought you were a shirts off operator, Moose, when it got too hot.
Yeah, but this feels colder than shirts off though. This is the thing. I don't get it. It's like some fucking trickery going on when you put it on. It's like witchcraft.
I'm not sure if it's just being a salesman here, Croaks, or like this is legit. So
does it? No, it's legit. I walked into the store today and I said, these tops come in They're kind of ridiculous. There'll be some people buy them because, it's like Nike hype, but it surely doesn't work. And I looked at Toby and he looks at me and goes, "You won't believe this, but they work."
Just imagine being a fly on the wall down in the warehouse, Croaks, these two blokes on a Monday trying these things on. Just like in amazement about how their body's cooling down when they chuck it on.
Well, Megan was there. She works with us, and I think she found it pretty funny. There's like a big hole here, just like a sneak peek, like bicep, like reveal hole, which I'm enjoying. And then there's like an elbow hole. You'll have to go back and have a look. Very short. They're like a crop, so you'll see a bit of midriff.
Yeah, well, Nick Earl's been rocking the crop top for years.
Oh, if he wasn't sponsored by Hoka, we should have got him one. It would have been a good.
Absolutely disgusting what he does, though. Like, it's horrendous. I've never seen uglier kit than what that bloke wears. And now he's sponsored by Hoka, one of the ugliest like shoe kit brands getting around. It's actually a pretty good fit.
It'd be good to when people do like internet pranks and stuff, and they like film the people looking at you. Like get people running in this thing in different locations around Australia. Like, does anyone bat an eyelid if someone does a lap of the 10 in that?
You are batting an eyelid, trust me. Oh yeah. It looks so weird. Like I was there today and I'm thinking, I hope no one walks in the door when I've got this on. And then I thought, I was going for a run and I thought, should I get this and go for a run? And I was just a bit embarrassed. Like you're going to have to be pretty sure of yourself in that thing.
The tan's pretty progressive. And then like up and down, Surfers Paradise, like bike path there. No one's batting an eyelid there. That's just fitting in. But give one to Croaks around like, Lake Burley Griffith.
Well, what would get more looks, Brady? You in this shirt or you in the purple Say Sky tights?
What about that as a combo?
Yeah,
that would turn some heads tights. In Moama. I'll give you the hot tip. Regional Australia, I'm not sure how that combination would go.
I might not come home. I got a pair. I ran in this new pair of Say Sky half tights today. Actually, they're like we've been running in the combat tight, and then there's the combat rib tight, which is those ones. They've got one called the flow tight, which is like the lighter one on top and bit better material. Oh, I'm a large now, boys, in tights, right? And I've got a medium, so it's a little bit like grippy, but it's one of the best tights I've ever worn.
Half tights have come a long way in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like you got to get the Lululemon ones, and that was like the only option. But now I feel like there's a couple of players up there.
Well, this one is designed for race day. It's like a little bit lighter, a little bit thinner, more breathable. It doesn't have a liner, but the front, like the dick bit, is like thicker. So there's like some privacy there with a bit of thicker, like reinforced material. And it doesn't have side pockets, but it has these ones in the back. And I thought, oh, that's a no automatically. Like everyone's looking for a side pocket now. But then I put my phone in the back pocket and it easily fits in. So you can side pocket up higher, and then like it's got 4 gel pockets as well. So yeah, it's going to be a player. I'm not sure I'd wear, like, it's a race day tight, and there's like the combat tight I think is a little bit better for day to day. But yeah, geez, they're putting out some good stuff.
I don't wear shorts anymore when I run. I pretty much wear half tights every
day.
Pretty much.
The Crichton run.
Like I don't know. But it's flipped. Like 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been caught dead in a pair of half tights. Whereas now, that's all I wear.
Yeah. On the Crichton stuff, can we talk about that at some stage, Croaks? Like Leanne sharing that story about the naked lap of the New Year's Eve one. Like I know you shared this story as well. Like this, like it was funny the first time you shared it, but now it's kind of getting a bit weird. This like Canberra behavior.
Mine wasn't a New Year's one.
No, they just do it every weekend.
Thursday night one after work.
His 50th maybe.
And did she say the block's like 1.5 K around?
I don't think the one I did was 1.5 K around. I didn't have shoes on for mine, and that was the worst thing about it, was trying to run on the road barefoot. I got soft feet.
Patreon supporters know what we're talking about with the discussions on Road to Somewhere last week. But anyway, let's get on to the show. Who wants to recap their week first, boys?
Croaks never goes first. He should go first.
Croaks, you can go
first.
No, well...
You want me to go first?
Brady can go first.
Brady go first.
You want bank a bit of time early, get a couple of laughs early?
We got a talking point here, don't we, Croaks?
We do.
Yeah.
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We got a talking point.
You boys been sharing stuff privately without me?
No.
Wait till we get this guy's week. Monday was a big day, boys. Double workout day. I'm still on this like Saturday long run, Monday workout program for the next, it's maybe ended today. I got a talking point for this day too. 3 by 12 minutes off 1 minute. 327s, 324s, 324s. Heart rate max hit 163. Averages were 156, 58, 59. So very much in control. I had a Nike development shoe that I was lucky enough to get when I was in Boston. Your good mate Moose, Chris Cook from Nike, he was there to give the shoes to like the pro guys. That's his role, isn't it? He pretty much makes the shoe, but he is like comms back and forth with the athletes, what they like, testing prototypes, all these kind of things. And then, Moose said to me, hey, catch up with Chris Cook. He's got maybe a pair in your size that he hasn't given to any of the pros that he can give to you. So it was amazing to catch up with him. I was just like asking him so many questions. Like I wanted to know like who are the good athletes to test stuff with, like who gives you honest feedback and just back and forth, those kind of things. So, we probably chatted for an hour at a cafe and he handed me over these shoes, which was the day before Boston, and I didn't want to wear because I just hadn't done any workouts in them. And they just pretty much sat in my shed for the last 5 weeks because I wanted to wait till I was fit enough to put them on. So this was first running them. And for like shoe nerds at home, this is the Nike shoe that Charles Hicks and Galen Rupp wore. There is another like developmental shoe getting around, the one that Kipchoge wore at Cape Town, and then Kip Lima also wore that one at London. That's got the big Nike white tick on them. This one I've got a bit smaller.
Yeah, you're wearing the current Nike shoe.
Your words. In the document I got sent, it said, do not say that. But
don't say that.
Yeah, we might have to cut that.
I don't have a document. I didn't get sent a document.
You didn't get a document?
You get sent a document?
No, but I don't get those shoes either.
Neither do I.
Hey, just right place at the right time, boys. So, and I think he did tell me because I'd sent him a message after I ran in them just to say, hey, thanks. I finally got into them. This is what I thought of them. Not that you want my feedback when you're dealing with all the Nike pro athletes, but and he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only pair of that shoe in Australia. So still got tape over the air bubbles.
Oh. So
like, which I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, so you can't, so I think it's a new air bubble that they don't want anyone to copy. So it's taped over. And the best way to I put it on and I'm like, oh, this is like significantly lighter than say an Alpha Phi 3. Like, I always thought I always felt the Alpha Phi was nearly too much shoe for me. Like I'm a 58 kilo powerhouse and I'm like, that was a clunky shoe. Well, not a clunky, but it was just a lot of shoe. So this one feels a lot lighter. I thought maybe a bit unstable up top, but once I got rolling in it, I didn't notice anything like that. And in my notes here, I was just like, think about first Next Percent and first Alpha Phi if they had a baby. That's this one. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
that's pretty good.
Is that what you said to Chris? Because I'm guessing there probably
not
wasn't
that
much.
I didn't say the last if they had a baby.
Do you reckon there would have been any negative feedback in that email, Moose?
Well, that's the ticket. If that's what all these people do, they don't.
I told him I thought it was unstable.
Next program.
Yeah.
This isn't a program for starters. This is just me happen to be in Boston, boys. So, and my workout went well. Like running low kind of 320 pace for not even hitting 163. I was flying. So I'm giving the kudos to the shoes.
Cheat code, you reckon?
Yeah, or maybe I'm just getting fit. So that was a great way to kick off the Monday in that shoe to test it out. Did get out for a workout in the afternoon, 20 by 400. Been doing these like 75-second reps, but I just set it as 400 meters in my watch and I just went up and down a straight road. This one yeah, worked all right. Probably averaged 74 seconds, felt in control, off 30 seconds recovery. Big workout day, ticked it off. Tuesday did 45 minutes before school and then 40 minutes after school. Wednesday, 80 minutes in the morning, 4:37s. Actually, here's another story. I got gifted a head torch, Croaks, from the running company Geelong.
Gifted?
Torquay, Canberra. Yeah, just arrived. Come in this little box. So like the postie didn't even come to my door. So I went and checked the letterbox. Had this little box there.
Jeez, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
know.
Hey,
Well,
free
mate,
shoes, head torches.
Wait till I get to Saturday, boys.
telling me off air, oh, I got no money, I can't buy anything, I got this mortgage, like I'm trying to save up for this house, can't afford a new head torch.
All true.
Like,
running head torch, never had
running is like the biggest passion in your life, and you're doing it like twice a day, every day, and you like this is a big part, being able to see where you can run, yet you can't go, like you can't afford $150, $180 head torch. So I thought, geez, just help a bloke while he's down, Croaks. He's got this massive house to save for.
Geez, you're a good bloke, Moose.
Help a
I've
battle.
looked after him there. Geez, I'm just expecting a bit more back from it, actually. You know, like he's got to
I'm
get
giving it a pump up now.
this ambassador role that he's just taken.
These are my observations for my first ever. I've been running for like, I don't know, 25 years or something. And I've always been like touch and go. It's like, no, I'll just run down the main street in the middle of winter and just where the lights are turned on. But now I've got this head torch, Croaks, so I'm running out the bush in the pitch dark. And this is what I got in my notes here. Pisses off the birds. The birds don't know what's going on. They're asleep. And then I come through the middle of the bush with the high beams on. They go flying everywhere.
What sort of birds are they?
I don't know, but I just hear the trees moving when I'm running in the bush.
Oh, possum. Possums,
Is it possums?
for sure. Oh, yeah, they love the light. Possums, mate.
Now, these things are strong. Like, they light up. This like does a very good job of lighting up the bush paths.
Well, you got a medium one. I'll give you the medium one.
Oh, so even on high settings, though, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, but it's not the full strong one.
Okay. But what do you do when, say, there's a car coming the opposite way? Would that blind them?
Nah, it's like, so that's like a quarter of a car's headlamp.
Okay. Because that's what I was concerned about. I'm like, do I need to change the settings as I'm running? Because I don't want to be obviously blinding cars out there.
Nah.
And them driving off the road.
Just don't stare at them as they run past. Just look ahead or look into the bush.
Okay.
What are we, Tuesday? And he's gone full influencer mode. Shoes, head torches.
Yeah, I don't mind the head torch bit.
Yeah.
Is this what happens when he goes first every time?
One thing I do get though, like Moose, it's probably like it's great for dirt roads, but I jumped on a bit of like single track, unstable ground, and it's still a bit like hairy on that. You don't want to be doing too much of that because you got to tilt your head down too much.
If you're on unstable single track, you actually have options that are more lumens. So you got 600 lumen max headlamp, and then there's like we got 1500 lumen. So we got like twice and a bit more for single track stuff. Like that's what I use in Anglesea. 1500 lumens, just fucking. It's like it turns night into day.
Okay, so if you're in the in the market for a head torch, Moose is your man. He'll be able to tell you the lumens, the quick delivery, comes in a small box, gets there quick. Hit him up at the running company, Torquay, Geelong, Canberra, wherever you are. Do we go Geelong, Moose? Do you get more money if we go through Geelong? You got to share it with Chris at Canberra?
Yeah, Chris takes half in Canberra, so go to Geelong. Go
Geelong, we'll talk.
Unless you're a good Canberra person.
Yeah.
Croaks, haven't seen Croaks since day one.
Yeah.
He
bought
come in.
a pair of shoes for Viv, and that was it.
I don't run in the dark.
That's for
and
sure.
I got plenty of shoes.
Yeah, but what about Viv? What about the kids? Kids need shoes, mate.
Nah,
learning. They're going barefoot till they're 10, so they can do nude laps on the road.
Yeah, moving on. 7K in the afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday. Another quick short workout, 10 by 1 minute on, and then 1 minute float. Just 20 minutes, bang for your buck. So I haven't pulled out the head torch for a workout yet because I could do this just as it was lighting up. Went like 3 minutes for the ons, 3:30s for the floats. Did this last month, and I went 4 seconds per K quicker for this one. So that was a good sign. 30 minutes in the rain after school Thursday. Friday was 74 minutes. Saturday was 2 hours and 10 minutes, 29.5 Ks, 4:25s. Just that time on feet long run. I was a bit tired. Had a bit of a sore throat too, so I was just like ticking things off here. And then we drove to Bendigo, dropped the kids down there with my parents, and then we went to the Footy Boys. I was a guest speaker at the MCG for the Woodsman. This podcast has given me some big opportunities, boys, but this would be one of the most pinch yourself moments. I didn't know what the Woodsmen were. Like, I'm a Collingwood supporter for life, but there's this like exclusive club of Collingwood supporters who love the club, and you like pay for this membership. And then every home game, they do like 3-course meal, have like raffles, guest speakers. Then they put you on these like beautiful, like padded seats at the MCG. And then like halftime rolls around, you go back into this function room for a bit of, we had like some scones and stuff, a bit of dessert. You walk in and they've got like the beer and the wine and the champagne on the hands as you walk in the door. Everyone's got name tags on. I was very, very grateful for this opportunity to go to the MCG.
So many questions. How much does it cost to be a member of this club?
Oh, pretty expensive. Pretty expensive.
You get what? Well, go on. How much?
Oh, let me have a look here.
It's just basically like super nuffy. Is that what you're saying?
No. Like I'm the first to admit that like Collingwood supporters are often associated with being nuffies, but this is like high roller Collingwood supporters.
So
like these seats had like padded, this isn't like I'm probably the nuffy Collingwood supporter. This is people not like me, like big CEOs of businesses.
Super successful people.
Had to wear a suit to go down there. Mitch Wilson was the person. He's a Woodsman, and he was part of the junior committee, which was hosting this one. So they have different like hosts, people from the committee, I guess, every time they have a home game. And yeah, he asked me to come speak. So we do like a Q&A. Guess who's just sitting in the front row watching me, boys? Pete Dacos, Josh Dacos's dad. He come up for a chat afterwards. Had a bit of a chat about Steve Monaghetti. It was just like Peter McKenna, like fucking Collingwood legend from the 70s, 80s was in the room. He come up for a chat afterwards. These like people grew up watching TV. Pete was sitting behind me the whole like game, just in his padded seat, just running commentary from Pete Dacos.
So what'd you talk about?
Yeah. No. What? Before we get to that.
What?
Why were you a guest speaker?
I just got asked, like, because I guess they get different guest speakers for every time they do one of these functions. And it was like, we want to do a bit of a Com Games preview, hear a bit about like lessons you've learned in the running space. And it's like, it was a bit of a tough gig because it's like no one in that room has signed up to come hear me speak. So it's like you're this 10, 15-minute kind of speaking thing, but it's like almost like just a little bit of the entertainment for the night. So like I was real nervous. Like when we do live shows, everyone gets there to be like, oh, I want to go watch the Inside Running Boys talk. Whereas this is like, you're the entertainment. And Mitch did a great job asking me some questions. And yeah, we got rolling. But a lot of people, probably didn't know a lot about running or athletics in the room. So you're trying to get a few kind of points across about who to watch at Com Games, why is running booming, lessons I've learned in the sport, things like that.
I would have thought that these people would have been like, I don't know, after ex-greats of AFL clubs and things like that. And like the way, got
to mix it up now then, Grogs.
Well, the way I'd compare it to be like, let's say you go to the Australian Olympic Committee gala dinner and you're expecting a high-profile Olympian to be the guest speaker. You rock up and you find out it's Ray Gunn.
She's been in the Olympics. That kind of fits.
But it's like, I don't know. I would have thought that
the blokes won stall sashes.
Yeah, I've got that in there. 2 stall sashes. Told him about that.
What, you told them about winning a race where you got a head start.
Said that. Then I said I went back 10 years later, got another head start and won again. So, yeah, very pinch yourself moment, boys. A real pinch yourself moment.
I heard you did well, Brady. I heard you spoke well.
Yeah, Mitch was really good with the questions. So it was hard to judge because I got a couple of laughs. And then, because you want to link it into like Collingwood at times. So like I shared the story about how Hudson's been to 2 AFL games. One of them was that record-breaking game where they got like 90,000 people there. And the other one we got to play at halftime with like 85,000 people in the crowd. And I was like, yeah, this is all he kind of knows now. So, and then I got back to the table and some guy's like, that was good. No one spoke through it. And I'm just like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, no, usually when people aren't interested in the guest speaker, people just start talking at their tables. And I'm like, oh, that would be so bad. So, yeah. So that was good. So, yeah, good people. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Tick that box. Had a great night in Melbourne. And then,
Whoa, this is something.
Did you charge them a heap?
No, Croaks. It was just an honour to be in the room.
Mate, he would have got looked after though. Don't worry.
Should have seen the gift I got. I'll send you a photo after this.
Well,
I thought the bradytruffle.com.au public speaking website had come back into action.
Nah, we just do private bookings now, Croaks. I'm trying to
Zach has sort this out?
Nah. So, yeah, the diamond membership to this club is $5,100 per month.
Per month?
So 60,000.
Nah, but it's just 6 months. I think that's for... I'm just on their website now. Yeah, or 6 installments of 5,100. Annual investment 30,600.
That's what Mitch is on.
No, but it says here 6 adult woodsman memberships. So we get 6 of us together, and it'd be $5,000 a month. And then
Each.
there's no,
that'd be
that gets
5,000.
you 6. That gets you 6 memberships.
Oh, right.
And then it goes down to bronze, silver. You can go to the website. I'll put it in the show notes, Ross. If anyone's in, they're all sold out. It's hard to get into the woodsman, and there's women there as well. But yeah, very honoured to be there. Sunday got back to we had to get back to pick up Hudson to take him to a 7-year-old birthday party. So we only had about 5 hours sleep. Got in the car, picked them up, back in Moama. Did 12K at 1:00 in the afternoon. Terrible time to run. That was 150K for the week. That's my week. I'm racing this Saturday, boys. No, Sunday. Doing the relays, 7.2K.
That's on Sunday, is it?
Yeah, Sunday race.
7.2. That's it's a pretty long relay leg.
Let me look up the Strava segment for it.
I don't know if anyone's ever run in there.
Well, what's it called?
Calder Park. Car track. So I think it's 2 laps.
Guy died there the other week. See that on the news?
Did he?
Yeah.
Try not to watch the news.
Racing cars.
Oh, no. Yeah. And I got picked in the Premier team. I was a bit concerned.
Really?
I made a list and I'm like, I don't know if I'd make our team at the moment if everyone rocked up. But because Gold Coast is the week after, we've got a couple of guys prioritising that.
Mate, you'd still win their top 6.
Nah. Seriously, I reckon we've got 6 guys under 14.20 for 5K. And I'm like, maybe I'd be in breaking 15 shape. I was kind of hoping I'd be in our reserves team to put a bit of pressure on some of the younger kids. You know, the old dog's coming for you. Make sure you run quick. So, yeah. Croaks, over to you. Give us a week.
So I kicked off Monday. I did 65 minutes. It was 15K at 420s. And then Tuesday, track session. So I did 2400s off 30 seconds recovery. So these all rank. So my slowest one was the first one, which was 74.2. And I think my last couple of reps was 70 point. So I averaged 72.3 for the 20. This was a pretty solid session for me. But surprisingly, I almost felt better in the last 5 than I did the first 10. I don't know whether it's just takes a while to warm up. Plus, just mentally, when you start the session, you're like, I've got 20 of these reps, which seems like a lot. And you sort of, I'm running fairly quick. But I was happy with how I felt the last 5 reps. Actually took Nomeo earlier that afternoon because I had a few that were almost getting to their use by date. So I'm like, well, I only run hard sort of every couple of weeks. I thought this would be a good session to use it for. And yeah, I felt pretty strong towards the back end, which was encouraging. Because I was doing exam supervision this week. I wasn't doing, I didn't do any sort of double runs or double bike rides because I figured I'd just have a week of just singles and then put in a solid sort of 4-week block and then a taper week before Albert Park 10K. So Wednesday I got out for 17.5K at 421s. I did get to the gym though that afternoon. Then Thursday, after work, jumped on the treadmill 4 by 10 minutes off 1 minute recovery. All of these were at 18K an hour. I reckon my heart rate probably maxed out on this at 1 157 or something, like mid to high 150s. Friday was just an hour, 424s. And then Saturday, after Colossus Soccer, I jumped on the treadmill and did 6 by 6 minutes, 1 minute rest, did all the reps at 18.5K an hour. And this is the best I've felt for a 6-minute session in ages. So normally when I do this 6 by 6 minutes, I've been starting sort of either 18 or 18.3 and then finishing the session at 18.5. I haven't done all 6 at 18.5. And normally my lactate when I finish this session is like 2.5 to 3, and it was 2.0 at the end of 6. So I think just going a little bit later, like I started this session at like midday. So having sort of been up for a while, gone out to Colossus Soccer, moved around, mechanically I felt pretty good. So that was encouraging. And then 2 hours yesterday, 420s, 27.7K. Felt actually really good yesterday. Mega Blast, a bit of a cheat code when it comes to long runs. So it was a week of 130 odd again. Yeah, so yeah, about 130K.
Achilles report?
It's pretty good. Like I was a bit worried how it would go after the track, but if anything, I think it's trending in the right direction, because my long runs, it used to start to sort of get niggly in the last 15, 20 minutes, where I haven't had that for the last 2 Sundays. Like there's still some awareness, but it's certainly not, it's never any more than a 1.5 out of 10 sort of thing. So, and I'm sort of been doing maybe 1 track session every couple of weeks. So the rest of the stuff's on the treadmill, which I think the treadmill plus the controlled nature of training means that I'm keeping on top of the Achilles, but still being able to get through a fair bit of work per week at a reasonable level of intensity.
What about bike riding? I don't see any.
No, so it was just that week. So because I was on the exams back at school and Viv was away, I thought I'd have a week of just singles. But the bike will be back this week, and I'd like to test out a double run at some point if the Achilles, feels okay.
I would double bike.
Yeah, well, that's what I'll start with this week.
Yeah, I reckon you're at an age where you don't need to run twice every day. Like you're an amazing level of fitness right now. Amazing. Maybe the best the country's ever seen for a man your age.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't need to be pushing limits here. Like you've pushed limits your whole life. You look back when Croaks was the 1500 guy that kept getting injured and never strung enough blocks together to like fully see your potential. That's where you're at now. But you keep looking for these doubles and these everything extra. I'm like, cool, Croaks.
Yeah, I agree with you, Moose. It's very similar to the whole Norwegian sub-threshold stuff in that years and years ago, I would have never done it for long enough to see any results because I just wouldn't have believed that it would work. Whereas now I've actually had some good results by training this way, but I was also doing some double runs at the time. So all I actually need is a training block where I don't do double runs. I run 130K a week in singles. I do bike rides instead, and I come out and have a good race off it. And then I basically go, okay, I don't need to do double runs. So it's that sort of mentality of just having a good result by not doing double runs, then I'm converted.
But it doesn't have to hinge on a race. A race has so many variables to it.
Yeah.
We know you're fit. Everyone in the country knows you're fit, just based on what you're able to do week in, week out. So you shouldn't need the validation from a race or a time for that, because just have some have some self-confidence that this is working. Yeah.
Well, I guess the only thing is like so much of my training is on the treadmill, and so I don't actually read into the paces. Like when I say I'm running at 18.5K an hour, like I'm probably not, but it's irrelevant in a way. It's more about the metrics of heart rate, perceived effort, lactate. As long as I'm in the right zone, then I'm doing a good job. And I was looking up at my yearly mileage. So I'm about 200 kilometers short of what I ran for all of last year.
Oh,
and
really?
I reckon, yeah. So
plus
I've run
the bike.
No, yeah, plus the bike.
Yeah, I know. And you put all the bike work on top of that.
Yeah, and so if I was to have the second half of the year the same as the first half, I would run probably like 6,500 Ks for the year, which would be probably the third biggest year of my life, mileage wise, behind 2017 and 2018. They were the two biggest years of my life. And then I reckon if I was to crack if I was to run 6,500 this year, that would be my third biggest mileage year ever.
Are you going to run a marathon this year?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, well, Moose
I'm just enjoying like this too much to change it.
Yeah, and that's why Moose is saying like don't risk anything.
Yeah.
That may end that.
Yeah.
But aren't runners interesting where it's like, this has worked for me in the past, I must do doubles to get my results? I'm like that with overall mileage. It's like I need to be hitting some decent overall mileage because that's what gets me fit.
Yeah. Well, it's more looking at, okay, like when I ran what I ran at Sydney 10, like in the lead up to that, I was running 150 kilometres a week. And was it the 150 kilometres a week or was it just the consistent training since November or the controlled nature of training that I'm doing? And you always just put it down to, it must be the mileage.
Or the talent, Brady.
But it may not be the mileage. It's definitely not the talent.
A lot of talent there. A lot of natural talent.
He could do this off 60K a week, I reckon, Moose.
Well, can you remember a time when he was running when he just wasn't fit? Like he's putting a lot of respect and a lot of kudos in this Norwegian method. But I reckon you look back, the bloke runs this much, he's fit no matter what method he's doing. It's
he's
about
on
how
the Norwegian
sustainable it
single
is.
method, though. There's a bit of controversy around who's like this Norwegian stuff. Because you've got Marius, you've got Gert, and then you got that other guy who like created the Norwegian single method.
What's that? I've never heard of this. Is that what you're doing, Croaks?
That's what Croaks is doing. Norwegian singles.
Yeah. Except I think the Norwegian singles guy was not like he just alternates between 10-minute reps, 6-minute reps, and 3-minute reps. He doesn't even go down to 400s, doesn't do any of like the slight VO2 stuff, hills. Yeah.
Strides, doesn't do strides.
Yeah, 10-minute reps, 6-minute rep, 3-minute reps. So I feel like I'm varying it up a little bit more than that with, every couple of weeks having a session that's a bit higher intensity.
Doesn't jog any higher than 70% of his max heart rate. And no one knows who he is. Doesn't he have like an alias, Serpock?
Yeah.
What is this, like a Let's Run thing?
I know who he is.
Dan Nash had him on his podcast.
James Copeland's his name.
Oh, I don't know if you're allowed to say that though, are you?
Well, isn't it in his book? Would it be in his book?
Oh, maybe he released his name when he released the book.
Oh, there's a Norwegian singles book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. That's why the other guys wrote a book to cash in as well.
He was a cyclist originally. Huh. I actually saw there was a thing on YouTube where him and Marius were on the same interview with a guy hosting it.
In English?
Yeah.
Did they get along?
Yeah, because they've actually had a lot of messages back and forth over the last few years.
The interview that Dan and Owain did with him was really good. Recommend listening to that.
What's Dan's podcast name?
The Physiology of Sport.
Is it just running?
Yeah.
All right. I'll check it out.
It's deep. Haven't you listened to it at all?
No.
Just listening to him on the monthly.
Do you reckon
monthly.
In 10 years there'll be like this thread on Let's Run and it's called the Croker Threshold Method?
Yeah.
And it will be just people that have found this podcast and they're like, this fucking guy, Brad Croker, he's insane. He's so smart and he's 48 years old running 31. And then everyone's just following and then you write a book, Croaks.
No, that guy's already done it.
Yeah, but you could tweak it a little bit. Tweak it.
He didn't have a heart attack. We got to get a photo of you in the hospital bed from heart attack to like Australian record holder over every distance.
You get Deke to write the intro?
Yeah.
The foreword by Deke. Nah, he'd charge a fortune, Deke.
Yeah.
Need to get someone cheaper. Get Cam Myers to do it.
It was pretty much 3 years ago this week that I was down in Melbourne, saw Andre for the first time and got told not to run. Gold
First
Coast.
chapter definitely has to be about like your hospital bed, heart attack. Told you'll never run again.
You woke up from something.
Yeah, you saw the light.
You woke up and you heard the beeping going.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, tell us what you've been doing.
Well, yeah, three runs for me this week, which is a down week, we'll call it, the odd week, the alternate week. But I felt pretty good. On my 3 runs. First run, did a bit more. It's so hard to get away from hills here. Bit of a pain in the ass, actually. So yeah, Tuesday I ran out the end of the street, ran about 45-ish plus minutes. And then on Thursday, I came home on the way home from work, I stopped again at Feain-Ryan and just did a workout. So 5 by 5 minutes at, threshold. I'm so out of touch with feel. It was a bit windy as well. Or a little bit windy. It wasn't too bad. I just I started out all right here. So I just ran 15 minutes and got straight into it. The first 5 minutes was at 3:39s and the heart rate was fairly low. And I was just thinking, how good is running? I was in the tube, Brady. I was getting pitted. I was
love that.
In the green room.
Getting what? Pitted?
Getting pitted, mate. Getting shacked.
Oh, I need to add these to my surf and vocab.
It was good little rep. Then I had 70 seconds off. Then I went again, ran 3:40s. Still felt pretty good here. Got into a section of trail, which kind of sucks. This Bowen River, like there's one particular area here. It's got a real camber to it. And there's a few twists and turns. I reckon I got myself an injury here running too much because one foot sits about 20 centimeters lower than the other foot at any given time. So you've just done this huge bevel. It's not good for running. Then I went over a bridge on the next rep. Oh no, I didn't quite get to the bridge. Ran 3:42s, and then I kind of blew up a bit. Like I turned the corner on this bridge section, ran 3:48s. Heart rate got up, and then the last rep was a fucking battle. 3:48s, and yeah, it just didn't feel good. Like I was slowing down from my heart rate, and it ended up I was running like 4 minute pace, like just to keep my heart rate down. So this was that 1 rep too far on this workout, but hopefully that 1 rep, that's what produces that's the stimulus to produce changes. So next week I get to 30 minutes and I'm feeling a bit stronger. Now I just jogged home. Still, the body's not right though. I'm not feeling healthy at the end of these runs. I've still got some knee pain and I've got some Achilles niggle. But then I have a day off in between and I wake up feeling fine and I run. So I did 8.5K on Saturday morning, just at this mountain bike area in Anglesea. Ran through the Umarella Scout camp. It's a massive big bush area where scout groups go and do jamboree. Croak said no. You would have been a scout.
No, I never did scouts, Moose.
Well, anyway, there's a bunch of nerds that go down there and camp out there. So I run through that area. Felt good. Felt real good. Not fit, but felt like the body was moving real well. And that
you wouldn't know what scouts is, Moose, because you were the one that was voted most likely to do the shoey.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm the one who brought up saying, why would you do a shoey? The whole conversation was me talking shit about a shoey.
Yeah, because people didn't know about the conversation and they just went, all right, out of the 3 of our personalities, who's doing the shoey? Moose.
Did anyone explain what a shoey, where it come from or what the deal was?
It's Australian, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
it's not part of my culture growing up.
No, it's a new thing. That Fisher guy, the DJ, he does it, doesn't he?
He was like a professional surfer. So I used to follow him on Vimeo or Vimeo, whatever that old like YouTube thing was. I used to follow him when he was doing surfing videos, and he was like doing these funny interviews with people. And then he become famous like after that, and he would have had no one following him back then. It was really weird. He just became a DJ all of a sudden.
Yeah, I should have bought stock back in those days.
He's a very good surfer though.
Was he? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, very good. Like
I feel like he made it famous. Maybe I don't know.
Sure, yeah. I reckon it was like a F1 guy.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh yeah, Ricciardo, Red Bull. Yeah, you're right. You got me there. That's an Australian thing though. Two prominent Australians. Don't know if we should be proud of it. You and I, we drew, didn't we, Croaks? 28% of the vote each.
Yeah, not even the ordinary edit of putting a monster cap on me could.
Was that an edit? I swear I've seen you wear that.
Some guy wrote in saying, "I've only ever listened to the show, and this is exactly what I pictured Croaks looking like." He had like grey hair. Zaka really stitched you up in that.
Yeah, thanks, Zaka.
All right, Moose. So that's your week 30K.
Was it 30?
30.6 it says here.
What I am doing is that I'm treating the gym like as equally as important as running. So I'm really getting in there with purpose. And when you're focusing on the gym, and I have done for a while now, you walk in as if you're walking down to the track to do a track workout when you're fit. And you start doing the exercises looking for PBs and looking for reinforcement as to progress, and you actually enjoy things more when you can start to shift a bit more weight around the gym, and you're doing exercises with better form. And it's like smashing out 12 400s where you're rolling the last few faster than the first few, feeling good and feeling challenged. And so I'm really enjoying the gym, and I'm seeing big gains like in glute strength, quad strength, which is all going to tie back to looking after the knee. So yeah, I'm feeling positive about what's going on in the gym.
You get the same buzz walking out like you would a track session?
No, no. But I feel the
Hard
pump
to get
though.
That.
I
Hard
feel
to
the
get
pump.
It.
Been doing some bench. Oh, boys, I'm getting a chest.
I saw in that video today.
No, you can't see properly. I'll put a better one up soon.
Okay.
I'll get Pia to film me punching some bench press out.
Can you punch it in the Nike like hole top though?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
You know, get that bicep where the hole is at the bicep.
I got none left. I didn't buy one in time.
I'll get Pia to film me. That was the best part of that gag.
Yeah.
Hey, before we move on, I do need to give a quick mention to our good friends at Shocks. They've been supporters of this podcast for a very long time. They have their end of financial year sale happening, and it ends July 1st. They got 32% off at the moment, plus they have an extended and exclusive offer to Inside Running Podcast listeners. If you use the code IRP15, you get another $15 off. So 32% plus another $15. That's the whole range. They're also giving away some free stuff like some cases and some visors and stuff as you do your order there. So head to their website. We do have some exciting stuff to announce with Shocks at the Sydney Marathon weekend as well. So stay tuned for that one as well. Let's thank some Patreon supporters, boys. Who you got, Croaks?
I've got Daniel Kurum from Melbourne, has run 15:47 for 5K, 33:29 at this year's Geelong River 10K, which placed him fourth overall, 75:46 at the Carmen's Half Marathon, and 2:44 at this year's Ballarat Marathon. Thanks for your support, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. He'd have to be running for an AV club, wouldn't he, Moose, with those times?
Probably. I don't see, probably. I mean, not. There'd be people that good that don't run AV.
Yeah, true.
For sure, there would. I mean, half of it, my group down here doesn't because they're tight asses.
Yeah,
and they don't want to give up their Saturdays. So yeah.
True. Valid. Who are you thinking?
I got Tyler Stutz from Wynnum West in Queensland. Someone get me a flag or a drop a pin on Wynnum West. Give me an idea where that is. He ran or she ran, Tyler? We don't know. Or maybe you do know, Croaks.
Guy.
Guy Tyler ran 41.06 at last year's Bridge to Brisbane 10K, 3:26 at last year's Brisbane Marathon. He's a triathlete, did the 2023 Sunny Coast 70.3 in 4:48. Big Brisbane Lions fan and think he might work for Suntory Oceania. Suntory, that's a big business.
Yeah, got some good beverages too, don't they, Suntory?
Yeah, they do. They do a bunch of other stuff you wouldn't expect, like not just the whiskies and that. They do like coffees. You know, like Suntory coffees.
Yeah, the coffee in the can.
Yeah, coffee in the can. They do. I think they do V. Maybe I think they might have V. They might have V.
Boss coffee in a can.
Boss coffee. Yeah.
Lucasade.
Oh yeah, they do Maximus.
Ribena.
They do that negative or minus 196.
Yeah.
That's got a whole lot of flavors in Japan as well. You go to the 7-Elevens in Japan.
I've never had one of them ever.
Very smooth.
It's like solo, right?
Probably not as strong. More like a lemonade kind of thing.
Oh, right. Like a vodka lemonade.
Yeah.
And Wynnum's a suburb of Brisbane, Moose.
Yeah, I was noticing from the races.
I'm going to thank Adrian Shaw from Mount Martha in Victoria. His Strava is locked down, but we found a couple of results. Hopefully they are his. 140 at the 2023 Run Melbourne Half Marathon and 340 at the 2023 Melbourne Marathon. So a massive thanks, Adrian, for your support of the Inside Running podcast. Daniel, Tyler up there in Queensland as well. If you like what we do, patreon.com/Inside Running podcast is the place to support us. Heaps of bonus content. All the early interviews, show uncut early before all the ads get put in it as well. One more Shoe Geeks to go out publicly, and then Shoe Geeks will be also added to that rotation of bonus content, which includes Road to Somewhere every fortnight. It includes all the monthlies, which is the UK monthly, the OG monthly. Croaks and I do a mailbag episode once a month where you send in a whole lot of listener questions. Someone did bring that up at Melbourne on the weekend, Croaks, that 12 hours thing. We're sitting on a table with a tradie that gets up at 3:40 every morning. He can only find 7 hours, Moose, this tradie.
Yeah, well, not 11.
He said he's fallen short. He was offended by Croaks' comments. He's still getting up at 3:40 a.m. So, still coming up those ones.
He made some enemies down my way, Croaks.
I said no.
I'll put a leash on him next.
Hey, we don't need to go into it again. We don't need to do it.
I'm only saying that next mailbag episode, I'm just going to keep a bit of a tighter leash on him so he doesn't say any stupid stuff again. So patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast. If you want to come to our 2 events that will happen in Sydney as well, that will be patrons only at those events because they're very tight ticketed. Running news, which is brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Commonwealth Games team was announced today. Croaks kicked things off. Not much controversy.
No, I don't think there's too much here. I'll go through the women's team first, and then we can discuss that, and then I'll go through the men. So in the women's 800 meters, just the one competitor there. We have Sarah Billings. In the mile, it's Claudia Hollingsworth, Jess Hull, Abbey Caldwell. In the 5K, Rose Davies, Jess Hull, Linden Hall. In the 10K, Rose Davies and Lauren Ryan. And in the steeple, Cara Feain-Ryan.
We got everyone's in, aren't they?
Yeah.
2 of our stars, top end, 800 through to steeple are missing out.
No one. I think it was a shame that Hayley Kitching probably just missed out by a couple of weeks from the qualification period. Had she done that a couple of weeks earlier, or if NCAA champs were a couple of weeks earlier, maybe she gets an 800 meter spot as well.
Would have been a great experience for her as well.
Yeah, just
because she ran well at World Indoors.
Yeah. So, but I guess she couldn't sort of be selected because she hadn't done that, when the qualification period ended. So,
I think they've done this well. Like Sarah Billings had a breakout season. Obviously, not there in the mile, but can drop down to the 800 and still get a run. Linden Hall, same thing, can go up to the 5K and still get a run. Lauren Ryan gives Jess the opportunity to double. Yeah, I think
Geor-
everyone's happy with this team.
George, I'm like, I don't remember when the qualification period started for Com Games, but George Griffith's probably the one that, you would normally expect to see in one of these teams, given that what she run last year in the 5K, 14:30 low.
Australian record,
Well,
didn't
that's
she? Or was that the
in
3K?
a 3K. Yeah, no,
3K.
she was just behind Rose in the
Yeah, when
5K.
Rose broke it. Yeah.
But based on her recent form, like she hasn't really raced much, and her 3K wasn't great
Yeah.
recently.
Haven't seen much of her.
All right, in the men's, in the 800, we've got Peter Bol, Luke Boys, and Peyton Craig. In the mile, it's Cam Myers, Ollie Hoare, and Adam Spencer. In the 5K, Kai Robinson, Seth O'Donnell, Jackson Sharp. And the 10K, Kai Robinson. Unfortunately, we will not have any competitors in the steeple for the men.
So is that because they're all out of form?
Well, our top rank is Bucks, and Bucks is, I think he's ranked like 60th in the world, maybe 55th or something. I had a quick look. So yeah, this is the tricky bit where like he'd probably goes if there wasn't such a small allocation of athletes to the team.
Is Ed Trippers injured?
Not sure, but I don't think he's run super quick recently anyway.
Since he broke the Australian record.
Yeah. But also because they have such a small number of people that we can send, they have to compare across events. And so I think, and like, I'm not sure whether they look at world rankings or whether they look at Commonwealth rankings, but the problem with the steeple is like you got Kenya. So like they're a really strong steeple nation. So you've got 3 there already. And so it's going to be much harder to make it in the steeple for the Commonwealth in terms of Commonwealth rankings than it might be in another event.
Although, should Commonwealth rankings work like that when they can only submit 3? So like Kenya can only put 3 in. So like if there's 40 Kenyans in front of Ben, there's really only 3 Kenyans in front of Ben.
Yeah, but
time.
Yeah, but I still think that impacts our ability to medal in that event compared to say another event that maybe we're a bit stronger in the Commonwealth.
Yeah. What about in the 800? Like you've got Peyton Craig ranks well, but he doesn't have the faster time through the qualifying period. So there was
then Bob
Abdel Rahman. He got a faster time, but Peyton's obviously got Olympic experience as well as higher rankings. He's been at big meets before. This is where that
stuffed up nationals.
Got run out at nationals.
Didn't make the final at nationals. Like that's got to be a massive cross next to his name when you go and tick with all this experience for the other stuff.
Yeah, so that's like, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's that controversial, but there's probably a talking point there. The other one is, there's 2 more for me that I see is Jude Thomas missing out in the mile. Considering he came in with a very strong PB, like season's best. I think he was second, maybe behind Cam, in terms of season's best Comments on that?
Well, who would you have him in instead of? Would you have him instead of Spencer or Ollie Hoare?
Well,
Ollie's run at nationals gets him on the team.
Yeah, it was good.
Only guy that went with Cam held on pretty well.
Raining.
And then Spencer's won a medal at World Indoors.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's talking points here. I think Commonwealth Games is also I'm not sure whether it is looked at, but I've always said that it should be a bit of a development team for athletes going forward. And when you get to these points of like which athlete should go, I think they should prioritize someone who, like a development athlete. Not like development.
I think they went Jackson Sharp over Morgan McDonald in the 5K.
That's why I think that, yeah. But I mean, Jackson earned his spot. He beat Morgan by 6 seconds at the last head-to-head, which was right on the border of when the qualifying shut. So
I think Jackson was higher ranked than Morgan though at the end of the qualification period, because one of the guys, I can't remember who it is, like Ask Stats or whatever, had like Commonwealth rankings or ranking points or whatever, and Jackson was definitely ahead of Morgan at the end of the qualification period.
Yeah, well, he won that 3K as well at Murray Plant.
I don't have an issue with that. They went head-to-head a few weeks ago. Jackson ran 13:05. Morgan ran 13:11 or 12.
I got no issue either. I got no issue. What
This
about Seth?
This men's team should get some medals.
You got Seth in ahead of Morgan?
Yeah. Seth,
Oh, yeah.
Seth Nationals beat Morgan.
What's his PB, Seth?
That is a good question. He ran the really hot one in China recently.
It was what he ran at Nationals, I think. I think that was his PB.
What was it?
Maybe like 13:12. I'll check.
So real similar to Morgan's, like season's best.
Yeah, Morgan's run faster than that. Morgan's been on the world stage before. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm looking for a case for other people. This isn't my opinion, but these are questions that will get asked. I like the idea of Seth in there, but
I think Seth 7:29 recently for 3K has to be looked at.
Yeah, but we want clarity with selections. So if we really look at this and go, what do we want to see? Well, here's the qualifying period. Who's run the fastest 3 times? You're in. That's the most clear selection policy that we've got. Now, some people will miss out there that should go, and others will go that have had a one-off race and they never run well again in their life. But geez, it takes the discretion away.
Yeah, 13:12 is Seth's PB from that national champs, where he just pipped Morgan. But I think Morgan did run 13:11 at that US 5K recently.
Yeah, okay. So if Morgan out-dipped Seth that day...
Well, yeah, it might have been different.
Then he goes, I've ran quicker and I've beaten Seth at national champs.
Yeah. It would be interesting to chat to the selectors to see how much of Seth's 7:29, or was it 7:29, 7:28, 3K came into play there. Because that was an incredible run, which does indicate that he should be able to run significantly faster than his 13:12 over 5K.
So do you look at other events for selection in the event that you're selecting for?
You do for 3 and 5K.
I think you can, yeah. So Morgan ran 13:11 on the 23rd of May. Yeah, I think you can. I think you'd have to agree, wouldn't you, Moose? 7:20, and knowing the type of runner Seth is, it's not like he falls off a cliff aerobically after 3K. 7:29 does equate to much faster than 13:11 for 5K.
And you're not... The other thing with selections is, do you pick someone who's more safe to show up on the start line healthy? Like who's got a history of not making start lines? Like, do we pick the person that we know is a lock to get there, or do we pick the person that's had 8 stressies in a year? And I don't think either Morgan or Seth are a better place for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
We need some medals from this team though. Like, this is experience. Like, take out Jackson Sharp. A lot of these guys gone to a lot of championships. Like, this isn't their first rodeo. Time to start delivering. You know, Pete Bowles, Peyton Craig's been to a few now. Ollie Hoare's been to a few and has delivered here in the past. Kai Robertson.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason in the men's that we can't medal in all of these events. 8 mile, 5 and 10.
Yeah, these are established athletes, most of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ostrava Diamond League. No, it's not a Diamond League, but it's like it's a big meet every year, isn't it? Same as Hengelo.
Yeah.
These 2 events I'm going to talk about, but they're not Diamond Leagues. There was a 1K there. Pete Bol broke the Australian record, 2:15.13 for 1K. Pretty crazy to hear 2:15 for 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer. He took our man Jeff Reisler's record down. Samuel Chappell was second in 2:15.20, so pretty close race there. Audrey Wiro did the 800 meters. She ran 1:54.45. She's the flavour of the month at the moment, isn't she? Over 800 after she beat Keeley a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess she's favourite. And then did you see overnight that Keeley pulled out of the final of the UK 400 metres?
I did see that.
felt a twinge in her last sort of stride. So thought it was safer not to race. So be interesting to see how bad that is for her.
Why was she doing the 400, not the 800?
Well, she did the 400 at Diamond League a few weeks back.
But surely doing 400s is a bit of a risky move.
I suppose you're trying to work on her top end speed to help her 8.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she won. She beat Femke Bol, who was 157.13. So dominant win, nearly 3 seconds over an 800 at Hengelo. This is in Finland, isn't it?
No, Netherlands.
Netherlands. Is this the place where Bikili set the world record for 5K?
I reckon maybe Gebra Selassie used to run here a bit as well.
Yeah.
Like it was a really well-known meet, Hengelo.
Big 10K there, I reckon, used to happen.
Yeah. I think they even had their trials there, didn't they? Like Kenya and Ethiopia would sometimes be like, this is also our trial race for the upcoming championships.
Yeah, they may have.
Yeah. Abbey Caldwell, she ran the 800. She was second, 158.22. Race was won by Femke Bol in 157.41. Peyton Craig was sixth, 144.95, and the race was won by Niels Laros in 143.83.
I wonder if that's the first race that Laros has done for the season. He's been fairly quiet. I think he may have been injured. Yeah.
Peyton was disappointed with his race, said he was tactically not too good on his Instagram this morning, I saw. In the 15, Jack Anstey ran a PB. He was fourth in 333.92. And Sam Prakel, the American, won that in 333.23. So what's that? 4 guys in the space of 0.4 of a second. So really close finish there.
Yeah.
And then Doha Diamond League Captain Croaks.
Yes, this was on the 19th. And this was the one that was rescheduled due to the conflict over there. So it was a bit of a lesser quality, I guess, Diamond League. The UK have their trials. And so in the women's 800, that was won by Addison Wiley, 157.98. Beat Daguma, 158.08. In the 1,500 metres, Halem got the win there quite easily. She ran 359.89, beat Sarin Berhay, 402. Medina Isa ran 1453.91 in the 5,000 metres to beat Lakina Amabor, 1454.37. And in the steeple, El Bakali, 809.28, beat Samuel Faiwu, 810. So I think Bakali's won 3 Diamond Leagues now.
Controversial question. Are there too many steeplechasers, on the Diamond League circuit?
There are a lot. You're right.
Seems to be a lot of Diamond Leagues that have steeples.
Yeah.
Especially when those athletes go and run 15s and 3s and 5s as well. Like you just, it does. Like I'm watching a Diamond League, just maybe it's because we don't have Australians in it, but I kind of skip through it like a steeple. Yeah. I'm like, let's just get to the other races.
I'm a bit the same. Yeah, but it seems like they're very well prioritised on the meets. But anyway, someone might correct me and say, there's only 20% of what there are the other events, but it seems like they're all the time. What are you telling us about Moose?
New South Wales cross country champs. Was this at Nowra?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So you been there, Brady?
Never been to Nowra.
Yeah, they talk about it like it's difficult, but I don't know. Kind of like.
Have you been there?
It's skeptical of that. No, I haven't been there. I don't know. New South Wales, they're all a little bit 10% softer than everyone else.
Well, this course would say it is difficult given the finishing times.
I did see that, actually. It's pretty... So Ed Goddard, he won 31.45. He beat Benjamin Gandu 32.12 and Braden Noonan 32.15. So I don't know the level of athlete that Benjamin and Braden are for those times, but Ed, he's a consistent sub-30 runner. So that's fairly slow for him.
Braden won the Ballarat 10K in under broke 30 minutes. Okay. For some context, the last time I ran New South Wales cross country champs was 2019. I finished 4th and ran 32.40, I'm going to say. And then the week after that, I went up to Gold Coast and paced. And then I think it was the week after that I beat Brady at Albert Park and ran 30.30.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I reckon you can take like a couple of minutes off these times, given the grass and the course.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Ed Goddard doesn't have a GPS file, so I can't see what the elevation gain is. I don't know about, so he just put in his notes here, out strong, and then, I just reloaded, out strong for a good gap, then controlled over the hills. Like, you can't do that in Victoria, can you, Moose?
Oh, mate.
Even
Out
if you're
strong,
Andy, Ed
hard
Marks.
as over the hills.
Well, you can if you
finish.
You can if you Ed Marks. Ed Marks won by like 2.5 minutes, didn't he? In the last.
Not at
AV?
Bandura though.
Let's
Not
talk about Bandura.
Yeah, he can do that at Cruden Farm. No one's like, you get the guns at Bandura.
There is a tiered system in AV cross country. Cruden Farm's on the bottom tier. Bandura is on the top tier. There'll be people showing up there. Like I looked at the calendar just before we got on. And I'm like, got to go to Bandura, don't you? Like, you have to go to Bandura.
No, you do not have to, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but like that's the one you're like fingers going like this trying to enter. Like, enter Bandura, we got to go.
So on here, about 180 metres of elevation over 10K.
Yeah, that's decent.
I reckon Ed Goddard's probably coming like 8th or 9th at Bandura. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. What did he come at Launceston half marathon?
No idea.
Maybe around that.
That's
8th or 9th.
Yeah. That's a pretty good field there, though. They had a lot of internationals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he maybe, and I don't know if the Bandura field's going to be as good as Launceston.
Yeah.
And I think he was top 10 at Launceston.
Maybe.
My point was like, I don't think, this is cool that he's winning state championships and switching off. Like, gaps a field and then can relax over the hills.
Well, let's go to the women's. Holly Campbell.
So this Benjamin Ngandu is a 60-minute half marathoner and a 2:09 marathoner back in 2015.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. All of a sudden, we're going to need a bit more respect for the New South Wales cross country.
How old
is his story, Croaks?
I don't know. I'm just on his World Athletics profile here. 13:32 for 5K back in 2012. 28:03 for 10K. Yeah. And then his 10K road PB, 30:05 from this year's Sydney 10.
Well, he stitched you up.
What's that?
A Kenyan guy living in Australia.
He stitched you up at Sydney 10.
Yeah. It was
Did you see him?
55 seconds in front. Yeah. He must have finished like second or third or something.
How old is he?
He ran 2:13 this year at Tokyo Marathon.
You got him 35? You got his age? 35.
35.
Shit.
Oh, is this guy based in South Australia?
Don't think so.
Yeah, because he ran 64:53 at Lonnie.
What did Ed run
as
there?
well? I can tell you that in a second once I Google it.
Why don't I just go to the women's where you find it?
Here, actually. Ed, he ran 63:57.
Okay. So he's beaten him there. He's beaten him here too.
Yeah, by about he was about a minute in front at Launceston.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. That's pretty even then. About 20. What is he? 27 seconds in front here. In the ladies, Holly Campbell. She is a great cross country runner. She ran 36:37. Beat Kate Spencer 37:18 and Emily Ryan 38:48. So that's good to see Holly Campbell. When's National Cross this year? Do we know that?
When?
When and where?
I think it's in Ballarat again.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And it's, I'm going to say like the 22nd of August, somewhere around there.
Oh, we'll have to get up there again, I reckon. You'll have to come down, Brady, for that.
Well, I'm just reading up on Benjamin.
Going down a rabbit hole here.
IAAF successful in CAS appeal against the Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya, Athletics Kenya, and Benjamin Ngudu Njijowa. Yeah, so had a ban. This is 2017 for prohibited substance, naranger stone, which is an anabolic steroid.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well.
So served, done his time, and now he's in Australia. Anyway, move on.
Why don't we move on and do some background there? There was a Parramatta half marathon on. That's Western Sydney. They used to have one out there on the ring road, right? The M7. Is that out that way?
So M7's, that was more like Blacktown, so a little bit further west.
Further west, okay.
Yeah.
Sam Clifford won. He ran 64.18 to beat Matt Cox, 67.56. Lauren Reed ran 76.07 and beat Megan Chappell, 78.51. Now, boys, Sam Clifford is our Australian record holder in the 10K. He wanted to, we were considering him as a push for selection in teams after he ran that. You don't really expect to see a bloke of that caliber going out to Parramatta half marathon, do you? Running 64 minutes. Is this a cash grab? Where we at with Sam Clifford?
Yeah, was it good money, Croaks?
I'm not sure. I think he's had a few. I think he had a few injury issues since that 10K national record. He's doing Gold Coast half, and he finished second at Launceston 10.
Yeah. Did he? So he finished. Oh, yeah, because he come past and beat Jack Rayner.
Yeah.
And
come over
29:10-ish sort of time. About that.
Would it be fair to say since he debuted at the marathon in Sydney, we haven't seen times that have been similar to what he did at that, the Tokyo Speed Project by ASICS where he set the record?
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember he was doing crazy stuff in the lead up to Sydney as well, massive miles.
We'll get him on. He'll be good. We'll patch him in one episode coming up. He's good for a chat.
Yeah.
I do
see
remember
where he's at with his running.
Yeah, we had the chat when I remember listening to it about how I think he'd just come off the speed race training for Sydney and he was talking about his training. I don't think he had a coach at that point.
I brought it up. I said, just keep a watch on this guy. He's talking making teams.
Yes.
So just having a look. So he broke that record in May last year, ran 27:34. Since then, he ran 61:49 at Gold Coast last year. He ran 28:36 at Zatopek. And, then we ran 2:21 at Sydney. And then this year on World Athletics, he ran 28:27 at Valencia, 10K.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got an 800 of 152 in February.
Yeah, that's right. I reckon he did a Bankstown Miles Club or something like that.
Yeah.
So, Pepper in that mid-28 sort of area.
He was juggling work and stuff too.
Yeah, he was working an IGA, wasn't he?
Maybe something's changed with his work and he's working harder and can't prioritise the running. Need to get him on the Croaks program this 12 hours a week. What's his Strava looking like?
We need to catch up. See where he's at.
Yeah, we'll patch him in. Patch him in next week. He'll be good for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Last bit of news from you. Oh, did you do women's, Moose?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yep.
Last bit of news from you, Croaks.
So London Marathon. I know we spoke about it a while back that they were looking at maybe having it over 2 days, and it's confirmed on the 24th and 25th of April next year. There'll be marathons in London. So it'll allow 100,000 runners to take part over the weekend. The plan is for the elite women, elite female wheelchair athletes, championship and good for age women to lead the mass event one day, with the elite men, elite male wheelchair athletes, championship and good for age men leading the mass event on the other day. But I believe it is only a one-off. It's not going to happen every year. So yes, that's good for running.
Why is it a one-off?
I don't know. That's what was in the press release, that it was. Yeah, it's not going. It's just a one-off. But who knows? Maybe it becomes so successful that they change their mind.
Yeah, maybe they test it and then make a commitment to it. Yeah, this is good for running, isn't it? More people running, more people successful in the ballot, more people raising money for charity. I know that's a big part of the London Marathon conversation now, House. Which day would you want to run?
I'd want to run the Saturday.
Get out of the way. I feel like the crowd won't be as good on the Saturday though, because that's traditionally like the Sunday.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you wouldn't get as good atmosphere.
Yeah, there's a bit of a. I remember listening to the boys on the monthly. They didn't like it. Like they were.
I don't think it was well received. I know the Welsh runner. He'd made a little video saying like, "This is great. Like, stop whinging about it, people in the UK."
Yeah. Well, they felt like the heritage and the history is sort of finished, and it's a bit of a cop out just to let more people run. Bit of a money making thing, just to maximise the amount of entries they can take on. I think they may have even been talking the course was different, maybe.
No, surely not. Sure. You just go copy paste.
Yeah. I don't. I think it would turn into an absolute massive event. Like to have another 50,000 people rolling in, plus all the supporters and the families coming through. Like just what a major city is like. Just add that again, like double it.
Imagine how much though the general population of London who aren't interested in running, they're going to hate it, because normally it's just one day of disruption for them. Now it's going to be 2.
Imagine the price of a hotel room. Imagine the shakeout jogs, the activations.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's good though from a spectator point of view is that it means we get to sit down on Saturday evening our time and watch either the men or the women, and not have to have split screen or them going back to the men's race while the women are running. So we'll get one on the Saturday and we'll get one on the Sunday to be able to watch those elite races unfold.
London's very hard to get into. So 50,000 more people get into it. I would love to see the breakdown, like how many are charity spots, how many are, tours, how many is actually the ballot? Or is it just let's make as much cash as possible and make as many of those entries like the travel packages? Don't know. That's good. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration, chances are you're gearing up for a race yourself, but how dialed in is your race nutrition? Precision Fuel and Hydration makes it simple with a free online plan on their website. Visit precisionhydration.com and get your numbers today. Just got a talking point for my whispers today, fellas. See the UK champs happen, track and field champs? They make them race in their club kits. Do you like it or not? This is British champs, actually, I think. Yeah, say there'd be some kind of trial for the Com Games coming up. Georgia Hunter Bell.
Yeah, she was in Tracksmith, wasn't she? I think it was a Tracksmith uniform that she was in.
I couldn't even see the uniform, to be honest, because the bib was so big over the crop top there. But, it looked like a Maroney. Is that the club that Reece Edwards used to run for?
Belgrave?
Belgrave, is that club?
I think it might be.
Sorry if I've got that wrong, UK listeners. I know this is important to you. But do you like it or not?
I don't like it, no. Because we're looking at athletes that have such a limited amount of ways to influence other runners. And this is their stage. This is their stadium. And the cameras on them and the crowds are watching. And they these are the brands that are supporting them. And say, let's say it's here and we've got Sinead Diver who can't wear Nike, who has paid her for the last 5 years. And she has to go out and run Zatopek in her South Melbourne or whoever she runs for, Glenn Huntley uniform. And that's like her one chance to provide value to her sponsor for that event. And I feel like you need to let the athletes have a commercial aspect to it.
In front of a home crowd as well. Like that's kind of your diehard supporter base. Let them see your brand that's supporting you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Moose. I don't like it at all. And especially it'd be different if you scoring points for your club and then it becomes a national teams title or something like that. But really, I'm not sure what the club has to do with other than that's who you've registered through. And I know the club's probably developed them early days to get them to this level maybe, so you get to see them winning in that kit. But yeah, that was just my talking point.
The only way I would be okay with it is if brands were then chucking decent amount of money into these clubs for the clubs to wear those uniforms, because then that's helping a bit more grassroots athletics. But I doubt that happens.
Yeah, so like if it's her, for example, Georgia Hunter Bell, they're like, hey, we want to pay for all your club uniforms and we'll get a Nike swoosh, because they can probably still be aligned to a club. And we know she's your star, so let's give you guys kit for the 12-year-old, the 50-year-old, anyone who's registered for that year. We're going to give them a Nike singlet.
Yeah, or
That's
if
a good
it's like,
idea.
or Tracksmith, for example, if they want to sponsor that Belgrave and their uniforms are going to be Tracksmith, they have to pump a decent amount of money into Belgrave, and then Georgia Hunter Bell will run in that Tracksmith, because it's not great for Nike, but it's at least those brands are putting money back into the clubs.
Her club's benefiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting one. Moose on the loose?
I saw this thing pop up on socials that there's going to be a shakeout run for Gold Coast Marathon, which is normal. Like this, you go up to Gold Coast and on Saturday. Well, Saturday morning's a half now. There's going to be less shakeout runs, but maybe it's on Friday morning they do a shakeout run for people up there. But this is the first time I've seen a shakeout run for a marathon hosted in a city well away from the actual race city. So this shakeout run's happening in Adelaide. And I thought, oh, that's a bit of a reach, isn't it? To do a shakeout run in a city like across the other side of the country. Are we just trying to find like more ways for brands to just put something on here? Like, are we reaching a bit hard? Are we trying to like corporatize every single time we go running with this shakeout thing? Like, because it kind of feels that way a little bit. Like, you don't need a shakeout run when you're in Adelaide if you're running on the Gold Coast. I don't. When do shakeout runs stop? Can you do a shakeout run 2 weeks before the race, or 1 week before, or is it 3 days before, or 5 days before? Like, what's the threshold for shakeout runs? You're a king of a shakeout run, Brady, so you tell us.
Yeah, I like shakeout runs, how they bring the community together. Often a strong relationship with a brand at the shakeout run.
Oh, yeah. Well, normally, a good shakeout run's often got this, X, this, X, this, X, this.
Yeah, you need to get the collabs.
We need the nutrition company, the shoe company, the coffee company. Mm-hmm. We need the half-tight company, the sock company. Everyone, like, if we're not big enough ourselves, we're going to jump in with someone else and we're going to be collab.
I reckon it's either the day before or 2 days before. That's sort of that's the cutoff for me.
A good shakeout run will also make you register, so they got your email address. Yeah. That's it's not a free shakeout run where you get a free coffee if you're handing over your personal details. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. Maybe they're taking it a bit too far there. But did you see the Gold Coast fields did get released?
Mm-hmm. I did
Andy
see that.
Brett, some fast Japanese guys, Liam Buden, Timmy Vincent, Sam Clifford, and your boy Croaks making his debut. Ed Goddard's there as well, actually, but Ed Marks.
I'm excited by this.
Ed Marks' debut, but in the fine print, 27:57, 10K PB.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun watch. Women's very strong too.
That was the men's. Did. Oh, where's the women's?
Yeah, here I've got it. So Izzy Bat Doyle, PB of 67.17. Japanese girl Rino Gashima, 68.03. Sinead Diver. Sakeo Sato is 69-minute runner. Ellie Pashley, Eloise Wellings, Jen Gregson, Caitlin Adams.
Georgie Gregich.
Yep. Ruby Smee making a debut. Jenny Blundell.
See, Jess said in that interview as well that Isaac's injured, Moose, not making his debut anymore.
That's a bit sad, isn't it?
I was excited about that.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, we'll review that next week, surely. That'll be a job for next week's podcast.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
have
pick some winners.
We'll have the marathon elite
Yeah.
field by then, I reckon, as well.
A few
But
slab bets.
there's 10. I think there's 10 women here that have PBs quicker than 70.
Mate, no slab bets until I get paid out the other slab bet.
Who owes you, Croaks?
No, you owe me from Croaks not breaking 15 minutes. I've had this conversation like 10 times with you.
That means
Ali Pashley sent me a slab like the next day. What date was that race, Croaks?
Moose is just waiting until I break 220.
I think this is why he's sending me head torches to try and clear the debt.
Oh, that's a good clear.
Well, I reckon
that's a good debt clear,
I
actually.
reckon that's pretty fair, actually.
Yeah, I was about
That
to
is
say
a very good
that's
debt
why
clear.
I shouldn't have put that idea in his head.
If Croaks was any type of a bloke, he would be the one buying you a slab because he's let me down. And he had it on a platter that day.
Yeah, really choked that night, didn't he?
Come on.
I've got two segments here. I got one more comment. I'm just interested to hear your thoughts on this. I watched that Doha 5K, the women's one, and the commentator said, well, to be fair to the commentator, she said, I've never done a 5K, but I heard this a lot. The fourth Ks are where the 5K races are won or lost.
The Premiership K.
Yeah. And then we proceeded to watch absolutely nothing happen for that whole first kilometre. No one got dropped. No one took off the front. Everyone just maintained. And then with about 500, 600 to go, the whole race blew apart. I'm like, I don't think she's right there. I think that's just a ridiculous comment.
Yeah, how many times did Mo Farah do nothing in the fourth K before like moving to the front and then bam?
Yeah.
I think it may have been a better comment when they're really getting after it. Like if it's a fast pace from the gun, then maybe that fourth K is a bit more make or break. But in a tactical diamond league, nothing's happening in the fourth K.
Even Oslo, when Kai went to the front and then had to run hard, like he kept the foot down, it still wasn't decided until the last lap.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few little running like is it a euphemism? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
like,
sounds good.
Yeah, we'll go euphemism. Where it's like, hold on, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not correct at all. And you hear it in the store all the time. Stuff like, oh, running's just so bad for your knees, isn't it? I'm like, I don't think it is bad for your knees, actually. Like, I'm pretty sure they've done studies showing that people that run have healthier knees than people that don't run.
Well, that's what Pete Dacos started talking to me about. He's like, yeah, when you run marathons, doesn't it take the lining all out of your stomach? And I'm just like, well, I know there's some stuff with the kidneys. Like I've pissed a bit of blood before in the past, but I'll have to fact check with my boys on the podcast this week to confirm that with you, Pete.
Hey, Brady, one thing, did you ask him how quick you reckon his son could run a marathon?
Yeah. I actually got that into the presentation, Croaks. And then that was in our conversation. He says, nah, no good. He goes, be good at the fast stuff. He's good, back and forth, the agility, but he couldn't run a marathon. And then similar to how we answered in that mailbag episode, he's like, they don't have time too. Like he's got to do preseason and he's got to keep the weight on. So, yeah, he reckons no good for Nick Dacos over the marathon.
Okay. You should have asked him why he never taught his sons how to tackle.
Well, his son did then go out and get 41 disposals and kick a goal. So he was pretty happy dad.
You guys win?
Yeah, we won. His mum was there as well. His mum was very nice as well.
Did they send you down to the sheds at halftime? Because weren't you guys losing at halftime?
Yeah, they had a very strong third quarter. It was actually a terrible game of footy to watch. Like they were apologising to Carly. They're like, yeah, look, usually we play better than this. Sorry we brought you this game. So, this is like her first time at the MCG in like 20 years. And she's like, how good? Like, I didn't realise the seats were so good. And I'm like, yeah, we are sitting in a very nice area. So, like, it's not always like this when you go to the footy. But anyway, back on to our listener question, Croaks. Kick this one home.
Yeah, right. This episode's listener question is proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Any preference, boys, from the three that we got here?
You know I love treadmills.
Yeah, go the treadmill one. I can't add, so I'll just listen.
Given it's sort of winter here and treadmills are pretty inviting, the question is what to look for when buying a new or secondhand treadmill. We've had something. We've basically answered this in previous episodes, but I think now that I've had my treadmill for so long, I think I'm in a better position to answer it.
Well, you go first. You go first.
All right. So so I've had mine now for I'm going to say 5 years. Yeah, between 5 and 6 years.
Hang on, before you continue.
Yeah.
Can we just clarify here? There's a difference between like I'll go to like marketplace and people always selling treadmills, but you're talking like a decent treadmill is what they call commercial treadmill.
Yeah, and we'll get
okay.
that was part of my answer. And so mine's like a freeform F4000, I think it is. So it's advertised as a commercial one, but it's a cheaper commercial. Like the ones that you have, like the proper commercial ones with like, Life Fitness and whatever the other brands are. What are they, like 20,000?
Brand new.
Yeah. 30,000.
Yeah,
20,000. So mine was $5,000, and weighs about 200 kilos, and I've had it now for 5 to 6 years. The belt looks brand new because it's a commercial grade one. So it's expected that people are on. It's being run from 6 a.m. in the morning till 10 at night. So I don't know how many kilometers it would rack up in that day. I run a lot on the treadmill, and after 5 years, the belt is looks brand new. So I would definitely suggest getting a treadmill that weighs a fair bit, that's really sturdy. Ideally commercial, because I think the belt is going to wear a lot better. And I've also got a self-lubricating one. So I have not done any maintenance on my treadmill for 6 years, because there's this tube of lube down near the motor, and every, I don't know, however many kilometers, it'll just release some of that oil. And the other one is, I guess, a decent size motor, which the commercial ones will have a decent size motor compared to the ones that you're talking about, Brady, that are a little bit flimsy and you're running along and there's a heap of bounce. So that's some of my feedback.
Okay.
Yeah. You do need to experience both to understand the difference, because some are very good at hiding their frailness, especially Marketplace. Marketplace is full of junk, basically. I've looked on Marketplace a lot for treadies for the stores, and I've never really found one that's trustworthy, because some of these if you're looking for a secondhand treadmill, it's a minefield out there, because a lot of the gyms, what they'll do is they'll update their equipment and then they'll sell the secondhand stuff out of there. But they could be 15, 20 years old, these treadmills, and they could just be absolutely rooted, and they've just had minimal service done, and they could have run it'd be like buying a delivery van, that if someone's picked up every morning and driven 400 k's a day in, and then you're buying that at the end of its life, basically. But for secondhand treadmills, there's some sites out there, or there's some websites, and there's some companies that do refurbishments. But even within the refurbishments of this equipment, you've got to be careful, because sometimes it'll be a full refurb where they'll strip it down and replace the deck and the belt and the they'll do full electronics, all sorts of stuff. And then they'll be cleaned and serviced within as a bit of an asterisk, which means they haven't gone through a refurb at all. They've just cleaned it and they've just sprayed it a bit and made it look good. So they're not the same. But from a commercial perspective, the heavier the treadmill, generally the sturdier it is. So if you can move it yourself, it's not going to be that good. If you can lift the deck up to clean underneath it, not going to be that good either. You need it solid. You need it fixed. If you have a look at underneath, there'll be a lot of fixing points for the deck, rather than some of them just sit there almost floating, whereas some are fixed in really solidly, and that's why you don't get the bounce. If they advertise a lot of cushioning, generally not great. You want firmness out of your treadmill. Your shoes give you your cushion. Horsepower should be anywhere from 3 and above for a good runner. If you're less than that, what you'll find is slow and laggy. And what else would you look for in a treadie? Oh, the deck size. If you're a bigger person, you want a bigger deck. So a really narrow deck can be kind of unstable to run on, and it can be like you feel like you're always looking down. You have to hit the right spot. But an extended deck size allows you to get faster as well without worrying that you're going to like step off the front of the treadie or hit the sides of it. Some people might look at the screen. So when you're looking at treadies, like a lot of the money is in the actual digital display they use. And these new ones, they have like touch screen, and you've got YouTube app, and you've got everything up there, all internet, Wi-Fi, and that costs a lot of money. And you can get the exact same frame, motor, deck, and treadmill unit with like just a really baseline display for way cheaper. And when those touchscreen digital displays go bad, they can be really expensive to replace. So I always look for treadies that have basic displays that are kind of cheap to replace with less chance of them going wrong. And you get the same like level of treadmill just with like, I'll just use an iPad instead of a digital display anyway.
Yeah. Reputable brands to look out for?
Yeah, Life Fitness is good. Techno Gym, Precore, Matrix. They're like the ones that I've sort of looked for. Obviously, there's real good ones as well, like Woodway. If you find yourself a Woodway, you're doing pretty good.
That's what Izzy Bat Doyle's got, hasn't she?
They
in her
got a
gym?
Woodway. They're loaded though. Do you know how many people they coach? They're like the richest people in Adelaide. Yeah.
Yeah. Gray's Fitness is a website that does a lot of selling the like secondhand commercial ones.
Yeah.
So then do they deliver it for you and set it up?
Yeah, you've got to pay for that.
Yeah,
so like I've had
other way to do it, is there?
No, there is. You can get it. Like I've rented a truck before and gone to Gray's and picked it up. They'll forklift it up onto into your van or your truck, and then you've just got to get it off the truck when you get home. But I've also had them install it because like in my house here, you have to take the treadmill apart to get it in and then reinstall it. And if they have to take the top half off, you need someone that's qualified in the electronics of it. So you can't just disassemble it yourself and then reassemble it. It's actually like you need someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, sounds complicated. Just on their website now. So is everything on this Gray's Croaks secondhand, or can you buy stuff brand new?
No, most of it's secondhand, and it tells you what they've done to it. So, some here say refurbished, some just say clean and serviced. And obviously the ones that are refurbished are going to be better and probably more reliable than the ones that have just been cleaned and serviced.
Oh, yeah. Interesting, boys. Hope that's been valuable for some people out there. Yeah, geez. They're expensive, aren't they?
They're not too bad.
Oh, no, that one's brand new. Matrix was 18,000, now 11,000.
Oh, look, I was worried when I bought mine, knowing that, these more expensive treadmills cost 20 grand, and I'm like buying one for $5. I'm like, well, have I got a lemon here? But I would, if it died tomorrow, I like having spent $1,000 a year for the access to the treadmill. Like, yeah, but it doesn't look like dying.
So, how'd you get yours together?
So I bought mine from like Gym and Fitness, I think it was in Queensland. So they shipped it down. It came in like a box, and I had to put it together. I had to build it, but it wasn't overly difficult.
Okay, interesting. I've learned a bit today. That was the list of questions. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration. Visit precisionhydration.com and use the code IRP2026 for 15% off your first order. What's coming up? The Paris Diamond League, Monday morning our time. A few people like, Dick Telford, he was on Twitter the other day talking about this, Croaks, about how so many 1,500 metre people have set their PBs here. And Cam's obviously racing. Yeah. I think Sarah Billings is racing. Have you got fields yet?
No, I'm on there. I'm on the site now, but there's no fields.
You expect to see a lot of Aussies in action here.
Jess Hull at this one?
Hopefully. Feel like she's been away, done some training, come back. Because what date does Com Games kick off?
It's late July. It's the 20-something of July, I think.
Okay. Still a month away. You boys been getting around the World Cup?
No.
No, don't have time for that stuff, Moose.
Ugh, mate, do you know how
come
boring
on.
that game is?
I got on the bandwagon after we won the first one.
Oh, no.
Bit deflated after the second one.
I woke up at 6:30 Saturday morning in bed, turned the TV on, saw it was 2-0,
Well, you got a TV in your bedroom.
turned it off.
Jeez.
Yep.
No Aussie pride there.
Yeah. I went to the Champions League semi-final, Paris Saint-Germain
Fell
versus
asleep.
Liverpool, fell asleep for 40 minutes. There was 5 goals kicked. It was like the best game in history, and I was asleep. That's how interesting that game is.
You offended a lot of people.
I
Coming
didn't
from
miss it
someone
at all.
who's
I can't
into
even-
running.
Yeah, terrible game. Terrible sport. The amount of flopping, it's like Dacos City out there.
That being said, one of the best sporting events I ever went to was when Australia qualified for the World Cup back in 2006. We hadn't qualified for years, and it went to a penalty shootout in Sydney against Uruguay.
Were you
John
there?
Aloisi.
I was there, yeah. I was there that night.
That's a good night to be there.
What were you doing there? Took his top off and ran around after he kicked a goal.
Yeah.
Worked for the AIS, mate. It was everywhere.
No, I wasn't working. No, I was living in Sydney then. I wasn't working with the AIS.
I love how many
managed to
times he
snag
brings
it.
up AIS stories
Managed
too.
to snag a ticket.
Does an interview. Did you know that I worked for the AIS back in 2006?
I knew this basketballer, Josh Giddey.
No, he was too young.
Matthew Dellavedova, wasn't it?
Delvedova,
Oh,
Dante Exum.
You see, Daly's been back in the 10-year reunion with the Cavs.
Actually,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
two of the Socceroos, Milosh, he and one of the reserve goalkeepers, Paul Izzo. He was at the AIS. And remember Andrew Redmayne?
No.
The goalie? He was
Nah.
at the AIS? Oh,
Schwarzer, wasn't that one of the goalies?
yeah, no.
Bosnich? Mark Bosnich?
He was the coach, wasn't he?
Ago.
Was he the coach? Tim Cale. And we used to punch on with the flag after he kicked a goal. And then that young kid did it the other day when he kicked his first goal. That was pretty nice to see. Heartwarming. It was his hero growing up, so he went and did the same celebration. Anyway, that's the show. If you're in the market for some Shocks headphones, don't forget to use our code IRP15 for $15 off. That goes on top of your 32% off. Great headphones. Croaks wears the open dots. I wear the 2 pairs, actually. I wear the ones that go behind your head. Not 100% sure of the names. And what's the new ones? The pros? I wear those ones too. You wear the dots too, don't you, Moose?
I wear both of them. I love them. Like I take 2 everywhere I go. The open run pros, 2s, open run pro 2. That's what I run with. But then I wear the dots for work. Like I just make calls with it, and yeah, very good.
That's a show. What's happening between now and next week, Croaks?
A few treadmill sessions, back to semi-pro hours, and got Coles' birthday party on Saturday.
Oh, has it got a theme?
Well, his invitations had Sonic on it, but we're going to some inflatable world.
Oh, yeah. A couple of kids would break their arms on your watch. What do you got coming up, Moose?
Oh, let me check. Is there anything good? Nah, nothing good.
Standard week.
What's that thing?
Last week of term, actually, at my end. School holidays next week.
Should come up to Goldie.
What's that? The first weekend in July. It's going to be weird not being at the Gold Coast this year. It was always the event to go to, wasn't it? You just book that in every year.
You should be there, really, given you're on a running podcast. You go to the bloody fucking Collingwood guest speak about running, but you won't go and watch one of the biggest races.
I'll have a look at flights. You got a spare bed? Where you booked accommodation-wise?
I haven't booked yet.
Leaving it late?
Yeah, hoping a few things fall into place there. Actually, no, I have booked. But I'm taking Pia. It's just me and Pia. So, no, you can't stay.
Moose is only going up there for content for the show, so he can whinge about how shit it is running up there.
He's going up there to get away from the twins.
I'm not even going to be able to run. I got a fucking 4-year-old with me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good idea, taking a 4-year-old
That's why he wants you up there. That's why he wants you up there, Brady.
The races are also at like 6 a.m. Pia will be sleeping. They're the earliest race starts ever at the Gold Coast.
Well, not it. She knows it's work up there.
What, so you're going to wake her up at 5:30 and be like, quick, we need to go out in the road to see people run past?
No, we're going to go down to the start and watch.
At 6 a.m. you're going to get
yourself.
yourself.
She'll love it.
Oh, imagine getting on those packed trams, Croaks, with a 4-year-old.
No, I got a little e-bike. We're going to spin down the coast on it. It'll be
Oh.
fine.
Sounds as though, yeah, he'll report back. It's going to be some good stories that week. See you, boys. We'll do it all again next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration for sponsoring this episode. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer to fuel your next marathon. Their free online planner helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Visit precisionhydration.com, and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code IRP2026.